Angelo over at the Retard Squad, and we're gonna be that. Shinji is a Japanese name. So, that new Elder Scrolls 6 trailer that dropped at Bethesda's E3 conference, that's getting me pretty excited. I'm wondering what it's about. I've seen a lot of videos theorizing that it's going to be in Hammerfell, which I think would be really cool. What makes me sad, what makes me really sad actually, is that I was kind of hoping for an Elder Scrolls 6 Valenwood, you know? Because there's so much potential for Valenwood. But, you know, there's actually a lot of cool lore in Hammerfell. So, you know, it should work out. I mean, like, there's no reason why it shouldn't.
I yield! I yield!
I wonder, like, when it's going to be set, though. Like, what era? It'd be cool to play an Elder Scrolls game that is in, like, the second or first era. I think that would be pretty cool. See, like, Tamriel before it, you know, before the Oblivion Crisis, before Skyrim happened. What era was Daggerfall set in? Was it the second? I think it was the second. I don't know. I know, the Elder Scrolls Online is in the second era. Oh, and by the way, the reason I regen in sunlight as a vampire isn't because I have a mod that lets me do it. It's that I have a mod that reverses the effects of vampirism, so I have to feed in order to be at full power. And instead of losing, like, 60 of everything, I only lose 10. So yeah, that's cool. And also, one thing it gives me that I've always thought was kind of a little overpowered was, my resist frost is no frost damage. I don't take any frost damage, which kind of makes the Nord ability of 50% resistance to frost, useless. I may suck, but I have more views than you. So at least my sucking gets me more views. Another mod. It's a popular player home mod. Fight him, so I will deal with it later. Oh. She's gone. Oh, hi. Boost! So, I'm not intending on doing any of the Dark Brotherhood quest line for a while. I just started it so that I could get the armor and not be stuck with the crappy Stormcloak armor. Yeah. Well, like I've said in the last one, I believe, our end goal is for Deathbrand armor. So yeah, we're gonna go for that. Usually when I play vampire characters, I like to get the Deathbrand armor, because it's just got amazing stats, and it's light armor, which is perfect for a vampire, because a lot of vampires can't go around with just heavy armor on all the time, especially in the sun. And with the mods I have installed, it's mainly just for a role-playing purpose. But, you know. Speaking of roleplay, I figured, you know, every build's gotta have a backstory to it, so I started coming up with one for this guy. I mean, like, the build in particular doesn't have a name, but I've come up with a backstory for him. So, I'm thinking he was born sometime in the Third Era, not sure when. He was born in Cyrodiil, and he was just a regular old, you know, farmer, living off the land with his parents. Every now and then they'd go into the Imperial City to sell their crops, but eventually demand for them became extremely low because another family moved to near their area, and they also grew crops. And, you know, their crops grew faster because one of them was a mage and used their magic to make their crops grow faster and make them taste better. So the son, this guy, one day he became desperate because his family wasn't able to eat. They weren't making really any money. They were living off of stale bread and just crappy stuff, you know? So one day, he started dealing in skooma. You know, drug dealing, sleeping tree sap, all that stuff. Just so that he could feed his family. And at one point, he had to deliver a batch of skooma to Skyrim. A special batch of skooma. It was going to be used to create red water skooma. He had to deliver it to a place called Redwater Den. And when he made it there, he delivered the skooma, but they wouldn't pay him. He got into a heated argument and someone jumped him from behind, and when he woke up, he was in a field, and he had a sudden craving for blood.
Dragonborn
and ever since then, he's been seeking revenge.
We will see if you truly have the gift. Show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
I know it's not much of a good backstory, but I'm gonna come up with more eventually.
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Angir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here? We are honored to welcome a Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. We will do our best to teach you how to use your gift in fulfillment of your destiny. That is for you to discover. We can show you the way, but not your destination. You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift.
I mean,
but
I know I'm hot.
do you
James.
have the discipline
Damn.
and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of each word. Your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Roll, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Roll means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb or chakra. Roll.
Did it?
But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through concentration in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Roll.
I just realized something. There's a word wall for Foos, but there's no word walls for the rest of the shouts. It's weird.
Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear. Well done. Again. You learn quickly. Once more. Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Boy. We will now see how you learn a completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind. You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thumb. Approach Master Bori and he will gift you his knowledge of Wold.
Why don't you just give me the knowledge of every shout? I think that would just make my life a little easier.
Now we will see how quickly you can master. Shout. Master Wolfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori. X. Wolf. your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your whirlwind sprint to pass through before it closes. Your quick mastery of a new Thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ustengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return. Sky, guard you.
So yeah, we're probably gonna do the main quest line first before we do anything, but honestly, our main priority is to get up to level 36, I believe. Here. Can I seduce the horse? Oh my god. Oh, but I can't feed on it. That's stupid. Just shoot a big green ball out of your face. It's completely normal. Isn't there usually a necromancer out here?
What did you just do?
Whatever, doesn't matter. Should probably take that. Yeah, so I also have, it's a pretty cheaty mod, but it helps me when I'm trying to make builds really quickly to showcase for friends and stuff. They have a mod that just lets me, like, forge anything I want. And that includes armor and, like, gold and stuff. I can forge 5,000 gold at a time. So I don't usually pick up gold bars because it's not like I need to sell anything ever. You're supposed to turn to dust. What did I just pick up? Couldn't have been a thrall spell that made her, like, not turn to dust. I think it was because, right as she was going to turn to dust, I did a takedown on her.
Still here? Of course. Lead on.
Like, see his spell does no damage because I'm completely immune to frost damage. So, the Vampiric Drain spell, the way it looks in your hand, all red and stuff, it's just like a red version of every conjuration spell. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, I love it, it's one of my favorite spells. But, you know. Him hitting me with this spell helped me level up at all. Whatever.
Still here. You lead. I'll follow.
Well, for the sake of this roleplay, you are my thrall after all, so yes, it would make sense that you would follow me. By the way, I use her because she doesn't fight, she always runs, so none of the XP will be stolen, and I get to kill everything. Dragonborn. I need to speak to you urgently. Rent the attic room at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood. I'll meet you, a friend. Nice of a friend to just leave me all the treasure behind. Just didn't take any of it. Actually, I can. Why block though? Like, if you're playing a one-handed character and you don't use a spell on the other hand, why block? Why not just use a shield? It's more efficient. And if you don't want just the look of a shield while you're running around constantly, then just put it in your favorites menu and only pull it out when you're in combat. Not you.
You there? You're the one.
Not now. Oh god. I don't think this is going in my favor. Yes, yes, Lord Mirak, whatever. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope. I tried to surrender, but it was too late. I was already dead. Ah, come on.
You there? You're the one they call Dragonborn.
Yes, I'm
Your lies
Dragonborn.
fall on deaf ears, deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow.
Currently.
When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
I cannot.
You shall
I eat glowing mushrooms off random people's dead bodies. Oh, crap. I hate it when this happens. Sometimes when a person dies, their body T-poses and I can't search them. So I can't get the letter off them to start the Dragonborn quest. And she'll just stay like that forever. So now I need to load my game again, go back in, and then kill him again.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Dang it, old lady.
You're alive.
Oh, to all the people around, there's no context here. Normally there isn't either. I'm just murdering random people on the street and they're cool with it. They're also cool with me using vampire spells in front of them. Cultist orders. Board the vessel Northern Maiden. Decked at Raven Rock. Take it to Windhelm. Then begin your search. Kill the false dragonborn known as Dampy before he reaches Solstein. Return with word of your success and mere action. Most pleased. Well, we'll do Dragonborn later.
You're that visitor been poking around. Attic room, eh? Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home. So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about.
No, I just wanted to be in the attic. What is
We
this?
need to talk. Follow me. Close the door. Now we can talk.
Oh, I can.
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right.
The Greybeards are right. I am Dragonborn.
I hope so, but you'll forgive me if I don't assume that something's true just because the Greybeards say so. I just handed you the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Does that make me Dragonborn too?
What do you want with me?
I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out.
Go on. I'm listening.
Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
How do I know I can trust you?
If you don't trust me, you were a fool to walk in here in the first place.
You said the Thalmor are after you?
Yes. We're very old enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons returning. But that isn't important right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn.
Why did you take the horn from Ustengrav?
I knew the Greybeards would send you there if they thought you were Dragonborn. They're nothing if not predictable. When you showed up here, I knew you were the one the Greybeards sent, and not some Thalmor plant.
But why are you looking for the Dragonborn?
We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Yes, that's how I first learned I was Dragonborn.
Good, and you'll have a chance to prove it to me soon enough.
So what's the part you're not telling me?
Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it.
What makes you think that the dragons are coming back to life?
I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty. And I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
So, where are we headed?
Kynes Grove. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it.
Alright, let's go kill a dragon.
I need to get into my traveling gear. Give me a minute, and I'll be ready. That's better. Let's get on the road to Kynes Grove.
Alright, so I'm thinking I'm gonna end this part here. I'll probably do another one tomorrow.
Orgnar, I'm traveling. You've got the inn till I get back.
Right. Happy trails.
Alright, everyone. Have a good night. And yeah, see you in the next stream.